Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my monthly buys and buys video. So this is the video where I talk about everything I bought in the previous month, and then everything that I said goodbye to in the previous month. So basically a monthly collective haul and a monthly empties. And I like to do it all in one video to kind of see what's coming in versus what's going out. I talked about this in my last update at the beginning of this year that I didn't really have a full-on plan yet for this year. And now that we're the end of the second month, I do feel like I'm like a child without rules and I don't really know what I'm doing. And maybe rules and structure are a good thing to help me focus a little bit. So yeah, things are a little weird. I don't really know where I'm at right now, but we'll kind of come back to that at the end of this video. Let's talk about the things that I bought this month. So I did buy a fair amount of things, non-beauty related, because I am going on vacation at the end of this month, and yeah, by the time you see this, I probably will be on vacation. And I realized that vacations and vacation mindset puts me in a mindset of buying things. I don't know how to explain it. And just buying things that I don't even need for vacation. Just buying things. And I don't know why that is. I mean, I bought things specific for vacation, but then I just bought other stuff because I was already buying stuff. And I feel like that's a gateway thing. I feel like that's like a bad, and I don't want to say I was a full on like, oh, well, I don't have a budget. So it's like, well, you know, like, I'm just going to compare this to like diet mentality. Well, I broke my diet, so I'm just going to go eat that chocolate cake. I don't want to say that because that's not how I felt. But it was just like, if I was there and I saw something else I liked, I'm like, I'll just pick that up too because I'm here. That makes sense. Doesn't make sense at all, I know. But that's just basically where I've been at this past month. So into beauty items. So the first thing actually I bought a while ago, and I actually bought this to give to my brother, and I did not, and I'm glad I didn't give it to him because I don't like this product and I would feel bad about giving it to him. This is the O'Keeffe's Healthy Feet Foot Cream. It's just a weird texture. I would rather just take the body cream from Bath & Body Works and use that on my feet. On my feetsies. But I don't think this is any better. Like, I've been using this for the past week or so, so I ended up my feet were really, really dry, and I normally keep like a Bath & Body Works thing out like in my living room, so when I feel like my feet are dry or like, you know, I'm going to bed and I'm like, oh, I can feel my feet are scratchy, I can throw it on. Well, this had been sitting on my table for like since Christmas because I didn't give it to him, and I was like, oh, it's just right there, let's just try it and throw it on. And yeah, I don't know, I just don't like the texture of it. It's not bad, it's just a little bit, I don't know, greasy feeling a little bit. It doesn't sink in as quickly as I would like it. I don't know, maybe like part of it is there's no scent to this, which is probably fine, but sometimes I like the scent experience. Sometimes it's like, again, like I normally put foot cream on at night, and sometimes just having something like, you know, a vanilla, like a soft scent that's like calming is helpful. I don't know, it's not greasy. I don't know, just, I don't love it. I don't love the way it feels. It's not bad. It's just maybe not a favorite. I think I'd prefer, it's not as thick as I thought it would be. I think that's what I was thinking. I thought it would be thicker and feel more nourishing, and I really haven't found this to be any better than than putting on like Bath & Body Works cream on my feet. So I mean, it's not a bad thing, it is what it is. I also purchased a new one of these. I emptied one of these last month, or had one of these in my empties last month. It's the Batiste Wild Daring Vanilla Dry Shampoo. I actually finished 2 dry shampoos I think last video. And again, I was in Winners or Marshalls and I saw this and I'm like, let's just pick it up. It's $12.99. It's a nice big bottle. It lasts me a long time. I don't love the scent of this. I wish it wasn't so strongly scented. I did see the regular Batiste on sale in Rexall the other day. And like, I like the brown version because again, my hair is dark. So the brunette version is better for my hair. But I'm not quite done the brunette one I have right now. So again, in terms of things coming in and out of my collection, I was like, no, let's not buy that one just yet. Because I do like to alternate between them. I don't always love to use this because again, it's heavily scented. It definitely has a white cast. I don't know why I'm showing my head. I'm not wearing it today. But definitely will show a white cast on my hair. Which my hair is just freshly dyed. So it's looking really, really dark. It's the ColourPop Purple tint. So this is what the ColourPop Purple tint looks like on if you have brown hair. It just makes your hair really dark. And then the ends of my hair were bleached mostly. I cut most of it off actually. So you can see the purple a little bit more on the ends because this was sort of like a lighter, it was like a balayage. So this was a bit more bleached compared to this part of my hair. Anyway, tangent. So yeah, so I did repurchase one of these. Then I got a little friend mail from Ruth. So thanks, Ruth. Ruth was decluttering some things and she's like, if anybody's interested in this, please let me know. And I was like, oh, me. So this is the first thing I was really interested in. It's the Carly Bible ABH palette. It was one of those ones that I kind of wish I had always bought. I really wish I'd bought the sultry one, and I did see the sultry one at Winners, and I didn't buy it, and I've regretted it ever since. I never ever bought any of these. This is the only ABH palette like this that I have. I've never actually tried these. So that was the other reason why I was like, you know what, if you don't want it, I want to play with it and try it. I talked about this, you probably see it in my deck of panning. This shade right here, which is called Mandela, is like almost the same. It's like the powder version of the Caviar Moon thing that I have. So I thought that was really, really interesting when I swatched. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I already have that in like a cream version, liquid version. The Caviar Moon crystal in, I forget the name of it. But yeah, so like, I'm happy to have this. I have not played with it yet. I will full on admit, I've swatched a couple of shades and that's it. I'm really looking forward to playing with this shade, Libra. This is like my dream taupe, or like one of like, it fits in my taupe dreams. I love taupes. So I probably will disassemble this. Actually, I know I will, because I know the shades in here, like the orange shade in the middle, Cindy, probably never ever gonna use that. But we're gonna keep it together like this, but maybe at the end of the year, I will probably disassemble this and keep the shades that I want to keep and let go of the shades that I don't want to let go of. One of the challenges that I have is I have my No Pan Left Behind. This doesn't fit into that. I didn't account for adding things. So I need to figure out when I'm going to use this. And I got to slide it in. Maybe I'll keep this in for like 2 months and spread it over a couple of months, just to like make it a bit easier on myself. Yeah, really happy about that. And then she's like, well, I have a couple other items. Are you interested in anything else here? And I was interested in 2 more things. So the first one was another palette. And I could have bought this palette. This is not an expensive palette. It's the Essence. I like to move it. Or I guess it'd be like, I like to move it. I like to move it. You like to move it. Sorry. I could have bought this myself. But she was letting it go. And I've put off buying these. Like, I've picked it up a couple times and then put it back. And I was like, you know what? She doesn't want it anymore. I want to play with it. And this is definitely a Anne palette. Like, if you could put Anne in a palette, this is definitely up my alley. It's all very, very cool toned. I'm really excited to play with this. I think I'm going to really enjoy this. Again, haven't played with it yet. I've swatched it. I'm really looking forward to playing with this. I've talked about this. I have like a brownie gray shade in the Vizier palette. This is like another brownie gray shade, like that mousy shade that I really am drawn to lately. So I'm really excited to play with that shade. I feel like I definitely need like a light. Like, I know this is light, but it's not like bright light. Like, I'll be interested to see if I can do like a cohesive look with just this palette, or if I feel like I need to bring other stuff in. Because when you see the shadows in the palette, sometimes it's hard to say for sure what they're gonna look like on the eyes. Does that make sense? So yeah, I haven't played with that on my face yet. And then the third thing, have also not played with it on my face yet, is this. It's the Flower Heat Wave Luminoso Bronzer. I don't know why she was letting this one go, because it was like fresh. I don't even know if she used it. Maybe she used it like once or twice. The interesting thing I found about this, you can sort of see my finger. So when I first got this, I swatched it right away because I was super excited to see what it was like. You can see how it kind of looks cool toned, but then where I've swatched it, it's warm toned. I think that cool tone thing is sort of like an overlay, because it's definitely not, it definitely leans a bit warmer than what I thought it would once I swatched it. And it's got a lot more pigment to it than what I expected, which will be interesting. But I'm really, really looking forward to playing with that on my face. Again, have not put it on my face, but that I swatched. Like, I don't know, I love bronzers. I'm a weird, like, I know that there's blush people, there's, you know, and it's not like I have a million bronzers, but I love bronzer. I do love a good bronzer. And I think I'm going to really, really enjoy playing with this one. But again, have not got around to playing with it, which is very uncharacteristic of me. And I've talked about this in the past that, you know, I've seen, I do appreciate Emily and Max's transparency with her, like, drawer of shame. Oh, the shame. Of stuff she's bought but not used. And I don't really have that, because I'm so, like, when I buy something, I'm so excited to use it, I slap it on my face, like, literally that day, usually. And things have been weird for me lately. I've talked about this in a couple of recent videos where I've just not been myself. And yeah, like, I just have not wanting to slap stuff on my face right away. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on. So, one last purchase. Well, two things, but I purchased them at the same time. This was a full-on, spontaneous, out-of-characteristic thing for me to do, but I was like, I'm not passing it up because I will think about this. This is how I know. This is kind of a guiding. So there's two things. Typically, I'm an overthinker about buying stuff. I don't really spontaneous buy stuff. I don't buy stuff as soon as it comes out. I'm not an early adopter in the technology speak world, which was always hard being a tech person. They're like, why don't you want the newest gadget? I'm like, I don't know. I need to see what other people think about it first, what the pros and cons are. Is it something that's really going to work for me? And I have the same mentality with makeup. I'm not an early adopter with makeup. I very rarely want to buy something right away. Like, I want to, but I hesitate. Like, I don't want to buy it without seeing a little bit more info, without seeing a little bit more review, without seeing a little bit more swatches, without seeing the price. Sometimes people are like, buy, and I'm like, that price, I don't think so. But this was let's just get into it. This was the spontaneous thing that I bought. This was the Too Faced Better Than Chocolate palette that I saw at Winners. So there's two things. I never even got to the thing that I was talking about. One was when I do spontaneous purchases, it's like if I walk away and I'm going to continue to think about that item and being like, why didn't I buy it? Like the sultry palette, then I should just buy it. And like if I can't afford it, just walk away, it's fine. Like let go. And the second thing is my mom sometimes, because she knew I was such an overthinker about some of these things, she would always be like, just buy it. Just get it. You've thought about it for so much. And we used to do that when I go shopping with my mom. I'd go into a store, try on a few things, and then I'd be like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, we'll walk around the mall. And if you're still thinking about it, by the time we're ready to leave the mall, then go back to that store and get that item. And sometimes I'd go back to the store and get the item. Sometimes I'd be like, you know what? I really don't need it. I really don't need it. I really didn't need this, but I knew I was going to think about it. And I knew I was going to regret not buying it. So the Too Faced Better Than Chocolate palette, it was at Winners. It was $39.99, which is expensive for a Winners purchase for me. But right now, this retails for $73 in Sephora Canada. $73! I did not pay $73 for the first Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette that I bought. So again, I did finish up I didn't finish it, but I did have my chocolate bar palette as was it last year? I don't even know what year is what. No, it was 2 years ago. As my Project Pan palette. I disassembled it, kept what I wanted. And this kind of feels like now there's room to bring this in, if this makes sense. It's a basic bitch palette. I'm going to be honest. Is it basic? Yes. Is it kind of boring? Yes. But do I want it? Yes. Will I love playing with this? Yes. I know I'm going to like the formula of this. I know I'm going to have easy looks out of this. I'm going to enjoy it. It is a little warm tone. Again, I talk about more cool tone stuff, but this is kind of neutral warm tone, so it's not too warm. The whole palette isn't warm. Of course, they threw in that pop of blue there. That was such a trend for a while. I did look this up. This came out mid-2022, so it's not that old. So if you do see this at Winners or Marshalls or TJ Maxx and you're wanting to get it, I'd say go for it. And this one, again, it was pristine. It was it was all taped up. It was perfect. It was immaculate. And so I'm really, really happy. Although it smells, but it's not how the other palettes, you can just open them and then you're like, whew, there's that smell. This one is there is a slight chocolate scent, but it's very, very subtle. I have to stick my nose right in there to smell that. But really excited to have that. And then alongside that, again, I was just it was right there and I wanted them, so I bought them. I bought these. And yes, I bought them because they're skulls. They're lip glosses. I've seen these in the store a bunch of times. I usually see the skulls and the pineapple, and often it's the pink skull. I think there's also a purple one, but when I saw this black and white set, I'm and the scents were mint and chocolate, or mint and vanilla. So this one's mint and this one's vanilla, and I'm those are mint, vanilla, chocolate, trifecta for me. I love those things. I've already used this one a few times. And I was a little worried. Sorry, I'm just trying to open it. I was a little worried. It's this is going to be EOS all over again. I'm going to hate this. No, this is good. This is good. I've used it a few times. I'm oh, I really like this. This is a really nice lip gloss. Not like EOS that dries my lips out the second I use it. And fun fact. So the brand of this is Rebels Refinery. I didn't know it was Canadian. So I was looking at the little box and I just kind of flipped it over and it said made in Canada. I was oh, this is made in Canada. Oh, where's this company from? And I went to their website. Yeah, they're Toronto. They're right here in Toronto. And I was oh, that's my home. You're from my home. And when I was looking this up, I didn't realize that they were on Dragon's Den. So if you've heard of Shark, I think it's called Shark Tank in the States. Fun fact, pretty sure Shark Tank is a spin-off from the Canadian version of Dragon's Den. I don't know if Dragon's Den is a spin-off from some other country, but our version was first, which is very rare. But yeah, they were like on Dragon's Den, and it was supposed to be more of like a male-focused hygiene type brand, like male focused was sort of their thing, and now it's more broad, like just like human focus is what they said, because it's definitely like masculine, female, like it's definitely unisex is what I'm trying to say is their product. So they have they have lip balms, they have moisturizers, they have like a ton of skincare. It's like, oh, here's another brand where I want to try all their skincare stuff, but I just bought a bunch of skincare. I've got too much, did my inventory on all that stuff. I'm definitely well stocked, but I want to remember, like, this is a note to self when, you know, I'm getting low on some stuff. I do want to try some of their products, because some of their products seem really, really interesting to me. They do actually have refillable lip glosses, which is really cool, but these ones, like these originals, are not refillable, unfortunately. They only have like two. I think it's a pineapple, and then there's one other shade, an ice cream. They have an ice cream cone, which is super cute too. I've never seen those in store, but they do have one version that's refillable, which I think is really, really cool, and I'd love to see that sort of going forward with these. I hope they make refillable versions of this, but yeah, I had to buy this. Yeah, it was $5.99 too. Did I need it? No, but did I want it? Heck yeah. So those were all my buys, I think. Like I said, I did buy other stuff that I didn't include in this. Like I bought a bunch of sunscreen. I did buy a hair, shower cap, but I'm not including that in here. I did buy like 2 new bathing suits for the trip, which it's good for this trip, and I'm going to Vegas later, so I can wear them for both trips. So I did buy like a bunch of other stuff this past month, which again is a little uncharacteristic for me, but like I said, I've been feeling very out of sorts lately, so we're just going with it. And spend wise, I'm not mad. So once I was feeling a little guilty, especially like after I picked this up. I'm like, oh, I probably really shouldn't have bought that. But spend wise, money wise, I don't feel too bad. I did bring in 8 items this past month. I spent $93.61 and a total of retail value of $214.76. So even though I brought in a few items, and I guess, you know, there's a few items there that were free because they were gifted to me from Sweet Ruth in Ireland. And yeah, so kind of a lot of stuff that I wasn't really intending to bring in, but I did bring in. I will say in the month of March is going to be a no-buy month for me. I'm saying no-buy, but I have one exception. I am going on vacation, so if I do buy something, it'll be when I'm on vacation, and that's like, you know, it's like when in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, you know, when in Mexico, because that's where I'm going, stays in Mexico, or comes home with me, because I'm probably going to buy something. I don't know. If I buy any beauty items there, when I'm there, I do know where I'm going, there will be a Sephora there, so if I happen to buy something, I happen to buy something. If I don't, I don't. But March for me is going to be a no-buy month. That's the plan. March is the no-buy month. We need to like just take a little reset and maybe not bring stuff in. So now let's get into the good buys. All right, now we are on the empty side of February, and I'm just going to say this is a very lackluster empties. I haven't done the totals of my empties yet, so I can't verbally say them, but I will put them at the end, like on the screen at the end. Let's start off with sort of other items. I sometimes like to bring in something that I finished that's not really a beauty item, just to mention it. I did finish my hand soap, which I actually finished last month and I forgot to include it. It's the Fresh Balsam from Bath & Body Works. I wouldn't purposely purchase this. This came in like one of those, like, it was like a holiday set that was like $60 if you bought other stuff. I actually got it 2 years ago. So this took me like 2 Christmas seasons to finish, if that makes sense. I did add a bit of water into the bottom of it to try and get like the little last remaining out of it. And yeah, I won't keep this container. I already have like another foaming container that I can keep for refill purposes, so I'm not going to bother keeping that one. I have three lipstick declutters here. I forgot to include, these were my lipstick declutters from last month from my January lipstick Bite the Bullet Project Pan. So one is the Touch of Spice, which I saw you still can buy, although I feel like it's like on its way out. So I don't think I'll repurchase this. You know, it had its time, had its era, but we're done. The formula just went off with this one. And this one also went off. It was an Oil of Olay lipstick, which I thought I could maybe use as like a highlight, but that ain't happening. And then this one's still like a sad let go. This is from Wayne Goss. The shade just does not work for me. And yeah, I can mix it with other stuff, but it's just too much effort. I have too many products for me to be, futzing around with this guy. So we're just gonna say goodbye to it. It is a lovely formula, and the color is pretty. It just does not look good on me. So those are my declutter lipstick items. I have one more declutter item that deserves a story time. So there's 2 parts to this story, or 2 products. One is one that I do not have because I did purchase it and then had to take it back. And this is the story time of, when there was this whole thing about like TJ Maxx selling expired stuff and things that were bad. And I'm like, I've never had a problem with, in Canada we have Winners, we also have Marshalls. I'm like, I've never had a problem. I've never had anything, I don't think, that's ever been expired or like, gone off. Well, it happened. It happened to me for 2 products. The first one, I'll put a little picture on the screen. Again, I had a story time about this fragrance. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Sol de Janeiro 62, and I returned it already back then, last summer, end of summer time, I can't remember when. And then I saw it in the store again. They had 3 of them. They were in like a container though, like the plastic container. So it's like, okay, and I said that in that video. I'm like, if I see it again in the future, I will buy it. Saw it again, and I bought it. I took it home. I sprayed it on myself. Shouldn't have done that. It smelled like menthol. Like, it took me a while to figure out what the smell was, but it smelled like cough, like, like a mentholy cough syrup. Like, that's what it smelled like. It smelled so weird. And I'm like, I don't remember it smelling like this. And then, so I went into Sephora to spray, like, with the actual, I can see, like, it had the hint. It still had a bit of the essence of the original 62, but something was clearly way off on it. So I returned it again. And we're just going to call it quits on buying that. It was the Mimic. Sorry, Mimic 32. We're just going to call it quits on that. So if you do see Mimic 32 in the store, it might be okay. Like, again, I said I saw it, words. Where are you trying to go with this? I saw it last year and it was fine. It smelled beautiful. I love the smell of it. And I was like, I really love this. And then it's funny though, because I have smelled this obviously I've smelled this Sol de Janeiro and I'm like, I think I may be off that smell too. Like, I like it, but I don't love it. Maybe it's a seasonal thing for me too. Maybe it's like an only summertime smell for me and it's like dead of winter right now. So it just wasn't jiving with me. So anyway, smell it before you buy it. What I should have done was when she took it out of the box, I should have smelt it right then to make sure it still smelled good. But I didn't think it would go bad. Like, but I guess there's like oils and stuff in it. So yeah, it was off. It was not right. The second one is something that I can't return, and joke's on me. So I don't know if you guys remember when I talked about buying this and being super excited about buying this. Yeah. When I opened it up, I should have known by like the consistency that it was off, but I didn't know what the consistency was supposed to be like. But the smell, and because everyone talks about how this smells so lovely, and I was like, no. So let me just open it up for you, and you can see. This is supposed to be a whipped. I can't tilt it. This is supposed to be a whipped butter. I don't think that's whipped. I'm gonna put so that's what it looks like now. I'll put a picture. I did go into Sephora again to see what this product was supposed to be like, and it does smell lovely. This smells like glue. That's what it smells like. It smells like glue. And yeah, I haven't even wiped my finger off. I just grabbed like a receipt here. So yeah, this clearly went off, and I wish I had opened it when I first bought it, but I never thought that it was going to go off like that or be bad like that. So I waited because I was like, I want to wait till I finish up the other body butter before I open this. And again, I said I was going to do like a head-to-head with this one and the Bath & Body. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, it smells weird. So yeah, this is supposed to be like actually like a whipped butter, like the Bath & Body Works body butter, like that was the texture. And it was the smell of this when I was like, oh, that doesn't smell like everyone's like, oh, it's a lovely smell. It does smell lovely. I couldn't tell you what the scent is, but the real one, the original. So if you do pick one of these up, give it a shake. Because if it feels liquidy, like this feels, you can almost hear it sloshing a little. I don't know if you can hear that. It shouldn't sound like that. It'll be bad. So yeah, so that was, joke's on me, waste of money. I spent 30 bucks on this and it's just going straight in the trash, which sucks. So lesson learned for me, open things up, right? Like if you're gonna buy it, you gotta buy it to use it then. Don't hang on to stuff because clearly that went bad. So on that down note, let's get into my actual empties. So I did finish up the ColourPop main hair tint, main event hair tint in Violet. That's what's in my hair right now. Again, elephant in the room. I'm not sure what videos you've watched. I have cut my hair quite a bit. I don't know how well you can tell that because often like you can't see the bottom of my hair unless I like lean back. Sorry. So yeah, I did chop off my hair. Just got rid of a lot of the bleached dead ends. They were just, you know, nothing was really working to revive them. My hair was just annoying me at a certain point. So I'll grow it back out again. That's the way I usually cut my hair every 4 to 5 years, like cut a good chunk of it off, and then we'll continue to grow it out. I wouldn't repurchase this again. It was fine, but I did do a whole video with this against the Arctic Fox Purple AF, and I like the Arctic Fox a lot better. The one bonus of this is it does smell like the Mr. Sketch marker, like the grape marker, the fake grape, so it smells nice. But yeah, I don't love this, so that was that. I did finish up one of my exfoliating foot masks. I mentioned this in the first half of the video. I am going on vacation, so hopefully I've done this at the right time. I'm worried I waited too late to do this, so my feet are going to be like peeling like the first couple days of my vacation, which will be super gross. So let's hope that my feet do peel like before I get on vacation, so they'll be nice and soft when I am there. And then this is it. Like it's sad. I did finish these two guys. These were a shampoo and conditioner set for, like, God knows how old these are. And they weren't great. They were Paul Mitchell, which I think Paul Mitchell is a Canadian. I think he was a Canadian hairstylist. I could be totally wrong on that. I ended up just sort of mixing this with other shampoos and conditioners just to finish them out. I do have like 3 shampoos, like the one bottle's upside down in my shower. Actually, 2 of the bottles all 3 of them are upside down. 2 are like 2 minis and then 1 full size. They're all like, I probably combine them together for 1 or 2 uses left, and those will all be done. Ah, crap. That reminds me, I did miss something on my buy side. Let me go get it. So I did purchase a shampoo, which I totally forgot on my buy side. This is Carol's Daughter. I've never seen this brand in Canada before. I've heard about it, but I don't really know anything about it. I've just heard this name before. And this is the Goddess Strength and Lengthening System Fortifying Shampoo. Like I said, my hair has been really like dry and breaking because of all the bleach, so I thought this would be a good purchase. I've only used it the once. It smells nice. The smell though, when I do that, it's overwhelming, but in the shower it smells nice. It definitely has like a bit of a botanical-y kind of smell, so it can be a little overwhelming, but I did like this. So this is the shampoo I bought, and I talked about this in my like skincare, hair care inventory, that I was trying to really hold off on buying a shampoo until I finished up what I had left, because I thought I was pretty much done everything, but then I found all those minis and things. So like I said, I have like 1 big bottle and 2 little bottles in my shower that are like at the dregs. There's like a tiny little bit left. They're all upside down. I want to try and finish them out. So I did try this once, but I'm trying to hold off on using this before I finish those out. And then I did finish, this is my last empty, I did finish 1 shampoo from Alterna. This is a Caviar Anti-Aging Shampoo. It is my favorite shampoo, but I freaking hate this packaging. And for that reason, I'm not going to repurchase this. I love this shampoo. I think it works really, really well. I think it really works well if you have very dry hair. I think if you have very thin hair and you have like oily scalp, you won't like this. But if you have like dry hair, this is a really, really nice shampoo. It's the conditioner, like the giant conditioner I bought is also Alterna. But yeah, like I tried to pry this lid off to see, I'm certain there is stuff at the bottom here that I can't get out. And I can't figure out how to get this lid off without like hurting myself. So I just had to like let it go. But yeah, I hate this packaging. This one's a little bit better. The bottle I had before this, like you could barely, the plastic was so hard, you could barely squeeze it. And my thing is like, this is anti-aging. It's called Caviar Anti-Aging. Like it's going to be older people that have the money to buy this. Probably not younger people. So why would you make the packaging hard to squeeze? Because like old people's hands I say that because like I already have early stage like arthritis in my fingers. Like I can feel it. My mom had it as well, so I just know it's there. But yeah, this bottle is a little bit less stiff than my previous bottle. But yeah, I hate this packaging so much. It just irritates me. So I'm not gonna buy it again. I'm done with it for now. I might buy that. You can get like a larger bottle, but it's often not on sale on Sephora, but they do have that brand now at Shoppers Drug Mart, so I'm wondering if they do have the larger size at Shoppers Drug Mart. So I might purchase it through Shoppers Drug Mart in the future, but I don't want to buy that size again because it's irritating. That bottle, that packaging bugs me. I just find it awkward to use. I know it in theory it should be easier to use, like you get it out, but I actually really like the Pantene bottle I have that's a pump. It's actually quite convenient to have the pump, although I know right now that's upside down because you can't quite get everything out with the pump. Anyway, tangent. So I don't know my numbers. They're not going to be very high. The only thing is that Alterna, that is an expensive shampoo, so that will bring my Empties number up a bit higher. But that's really my only real empty this past month. Everything else was like declutters or small things. So pretty weak on the empty side. I didn't realize how weak it was until I pulled the box out and I was like, oh. Well, I'm also filming this really early in the month. Because like I said, I'm going on vacation, so this will be up when I'm away. So there's probably some stuff that I will finish while I'm on vacation that will go into the empties. It just means my March empties will hopefully be bigger. So if you like this video, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye.